Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a little update video because I was finally feeling up to it. Firstly, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has helped us get here. It's absolutely incredible and it was 100% the right thing for me to do. A couple of things that we learned which were interesting. So number one, when they suggested doing the decompression of the jugular vein at the same time as the fusion, that's actually never been done before, and I already knew that, but I didn't really share that because I didn't want people to be more concerned. But they were really excited about being able to do it, and they thought that I was a perfect candidate for it because in spite of being so ill, I had not really been on that many painkillers, so they knew that they would be able to manage my pain really well. My jugular vein was so severe that they didn't think my symptoms would improve that much because so many of the symptoms are from both these two things. There's just loads of reasons why it would be really a good thing. My surgery went really well. They said it could be anywhere up to 12 hours. It was only 8. I had one big setback where I had a big spinal fluid leak, but it was managed well. They said my dura, which is like your sac around your brain and your spinal cord, is so thin, which is why I get spinal fluid leaks all the time. So that's just something I'm going to have to be aware of in the future and be careful with because I do get them quite a lot. And they can be quite dangerous, so it's just something I need to get in writing so that my UK doctors really know that this is something that I do get, because it can be, you can go into hospital and be put on the right medicine and it can be treated. So that's number one. Number two, they had, so because it was such a groundbreaking surgery, apparently they had 3 neurosurgeons from the hospital working on me, but they had like every other one watching. Like one of the people who worked it said it was quite frustrating on that day trying to get like hold of a neurosurgeon to speak to people because everyone just wanted to be in there watching. So that's really exciting. And because of that, also just because I think it's a good hospital, we have like 3 or 4 doctors come to me every day. Sometimes I have 5 neurosurgeons come to see me and they're just like, how are you doing? And like asking me questions about my vision, and they're just like, wow, it's quite cool. So yeah, we're really, really well taken care of. We're seeing like one of the best pain consultants in Catalonia, apparently, and she's amazing. Really amazing internal medicine doctor. I've seen a hematologist, I've seen a cardiologist. I see the internal medicine and the pain specialist I see almost every day. They don't work in this hospital, but they come to see me every day, just to like make sure everything's on track and that I'm on the right nutrition and avoiding infection and all this kind of thing. They think that I've passed the worrying stage for rejection and I'm not showing any signs, so they're going to take me off the antibiotics because they're pretty strong and they're not fantastic for you. They're going to take me off those tomorrow and just keep monitoring it. My wound apparently is healing amazingly. They had it open today for a bit, like the thing off today, and all the neurosurgeons said that it's just healing perfectly. You couldn't want it to heal better. I haven't had any more CSF leaks since the initial one, which freaked them out. The other thing that they said was that obviously I knew that my instability was bad, but they said they could not believe how unstable the top 3 vertebrae were, which really explains why I would be sort of okay and then suddenly something would happen and it would be like I had dementia. I would not know where I was. I wouldn't know who Oscar was. I wouldn't know how to speak. It was the most intense thing. It was terrifying. And that would happen quite often if I'd sat upright or moved wrong. So those 3 were just hanging on by a thread. And also he said that they're all tiny. So that was the other thing. We didn't use my own bone, which normally you would want to use with a patient who has mast cell activation syndrome, which means you're like more susceptible to reacting to things and rejecting things. Although bone is a really low risk for rejection compared to other organs. Like you don't have to have a matched donor. Bone is just bone. Just laughing. However, because my bones are so small and fragile, they were like, if we had used your rib, it might not have worked out as well. Like we had a lot of material to work with to build a really strong neck, and it feels really strong. Like it's so different, all the symptoms, that I feel horrible, but it's okay because each day I'm getting better. I'm walking and it's not like I'm having more symptoms when I'm walking. If anything, I feel better. when I'm upright, when I'm walking, I just don't have the energy right now because my body's healing to do it too much. But I'm not having any of the symptoms I was having before. Like I still have some food issues. They said that sometimes, they said it might not fully recover. I have been eating though, and I've had less kind of GERD and that kind of stuff. But I think I maybe I'll be able to eat easier when I'm on some less meds because it's making me a bit nauseous. And morphine is not great for you, so we're trying to cut that down because I don't think that's making me feel too good. But we've cut my medicine back loads compared to what I was on before. So that's good. They said that I've been really quick to walk and all the nurses have been really surprised at how well I've been doing, which is good. And I had a scan today just to check that all the screws and everything were in the right place. So I think I'll maybe hear from the doctors tomorrow on that. They're all going away on a big conference on the weekend, so they won't be around on the weekend, but apart from that they come in like every day, even on the weekends. And yeah, they said they would phone from like Denmark or wherever. They called Holland. It's a big conference. Yeah, so it seems like, you know, obviously it's new. My neck is very strange now, but it's so worth it. I mean, to hear what they said about how unstable it was, and it did fit with how I was feeling and the symptoms that would come on, none of that. Like, I think even my dysautonomia has got a bit better. I still get really hot, but I haven't noticed, like, I'm standing up and not all my blood is going to my feet and I'm not fainting. I mean, we just have to keep an eye on these things. I think that you wake up and you're in so much pain. Like, my body is just covered in bruises from all the different lines I've had, from all the things that were attached to me during surgery, of all the neuro monitors. I got all these just like weird, massive bruises all over my body, and then obviously huge wound that's healing, and all this metal in the back of my head. So it's quite a lot to get used to. It's obviously not an easy thing to recover from, but I already feel more I feel more clear-headed and I feel more articulate already, so looking good. Thank you so much, everyone. I will try and keep everyone updated, but I'm also going to just try and focus on recovering and looking into my other issues. They said that there's a lot of other doctors I can see while I'm out here, like a geneticist, because they said if I do have hypermobile type, it's one of the most severe that they've seen. So they kind of were like, you need to be checked out for vascular or some of the other types. So I'm going to see some geneticists while I'm here, maybe some gastroenterologists, just like try and get there's so many doctors here who know a lot about EDS. Just try and get as much done as possible so that I'm as well as possible by the time we get back. Yeah, an MOT for my body. And Oscar was telling me that most Premier League footballers, when they get injured, come to a hospital in Barcelona, and it really wouldn't surprise me if it was this one, because it is fancy. So yeah, thank you for that. We're being looked after really, really well.
They keep bringing me Oreo cookies.
They keep bringing Oscar Oreo cookies. He's happy. He's got a companion bed. Yeah, he's been amazing too. He's been here every day. My parents have been here most mornings. Really helpful cooking, helping out. So one of my machines is beeping. And then Oscar's been he's been coming in the afternoon and staying every night. So it's been really nice. Don't press it, she'll come back. Cool. Oh, they're just cleaning one of my central lines because it's a bit blocked up. Anyway, thank you so much to everyone. We're so grateful for being able to get here and having a bit of money now to do physio and get strong and see some other doctors, and then focus on trying to help some other people. So thank you so much love from me and from Oscar. Are you in frame? Bye.